Hello, I'm Terry Smith from OpenSight, Hampshire's leading sight loss organisation. For many people who are blind or partially sighted, using a mobile phone is somewhere between fairly difficult to almost impossible. And the reason generally is because the text and the numbers on the screen is simply too small for us to read. There have been very, very clever innovations when it comes to smart devices, including mobile phones, in terms of downloads and specific telephones which are made for blind and partially sighted people to make them much easier to access. So as an example, it is possible to upgrade your phone to make the numbers and the letters larger, to change the colour and contrast, and also to take verbal instructions from you as to what you want the phone to do for you. So, as an example, telling it to make a phone call to a specific person. And of course, we're very fortunate at OpenSight that we are able to offer a very, very innovative service of one-to-one tutorials so that you can best get to know how to use your mobile phone and other smart devices to the very best that will suit your needs. But there are lots of other people, including myself, who really don't need all of the many features or aren't interested in many of the features that a smartphone will offer. So this is where I'd like to just talk very briefly about very simple mobile phones like this one that I use. It will do exactly as it says on the tin, so to speak. It will simply make telephone calls, I can make texts, and I can receive calls and texts in the same way that you would on a very modern smartphone. The difference being, of course, is that the buttons on this are very large, very easy to see. The screen is quite large, so again the numbers appear quite clearly when you dial them. But in addition, the numbers are lit up, and when I press a number, it will actually speak to me in terms of telling me the number that I've pressed. So, if I were dialing the OpenSight office, very, very easy to do.
0, 2, 3, 8, 0, 6, 4, 1, 2, 4, 4.
And that's it. Press send, and it will call the office. This phone that I have was fairly inexpensive to buy. In fact, very similar models can be bought from the Sunday newspaper supplements. You can get a pay-as-you-go SIM from any of the phone shops. In fact, mine just costs about £13 a month, and it's all that I need. It's just very simple, very straightforward, and not complicated. There are lots of other similar sorts of mobile phones with no frills and perhaps with fewer numbers and buttons that I have on mine. So as an example, just 5 buttons into which can be programmed your 5 most used numbers. So if you wanted someone that's on that list of 5, you would simply just press one of the buttons and it will connect with them. So for those of us with reduced vision or no vision, there are many, many options when it comes to using a mobile phone. Downloadable items for a smartphone, or for those of us that don't require or aren't interested in all of the many, many facilities and features that a mobile phone has, something really straightforward like this one. So for all details of mobile phones and such like, including the one-to-one tutorials, please call the OpenSight office on 023 8064 1244. You can always drop us an email, and that will be to info@opensight.org.uk, or why not visit our website, and that's at www.opensight.org.uk, where you'll find a whole raft of really informative news, views, information, advice and guidance on all matters related to vision impairment, eye health, and ways of coping through this period of lockdown.